Hey guys, this is Ranjan again. Today I'm going to show you how you do the run DHCP server on a Cisco router. Alright, as you can see, there is my internet router. I'm going to just connect it to my internet connection. Alright, this is the connection to the internet cloud. I want to show you actually before we connect any connection to the switch, we are going to delete the existing the VLAN, because by default all VLANs are created to VLAN 1, so we're gonna delete that, and we'll connect port 1 to our internet router. So as usual we'll make it as a .1q trunk and port 2 will do it to VLAN 2, and it will be an access port. Port 3 will have on VLAN 3, so that will be also as an access port. Alright, so we have a .1q trunk and we have two VLAN access ports, so we can just say apply. Now we're going to connect them to the prepared connection. Our internet router, sorry guys, our internet router, it goes to port 1. Then this will be our VLAN 2 portion, so we're going to connect it to port 2. And this will be our VLAN 3 portion. We're going to connect it to port 3. Alright, so if you want to see the interface where it's connected, you can just press on that and it will show you that the details of the connection. Now I'm going to change this host name to our VLAN 2 router, and this will be our VLAN 3 router. Alright, the concept is we are going to make this one as a .1q trunk with two sub interfaces, and we are going to create two DHCP pool for these two particular VLAN 2 and VLAN 3. So whenever this routers boots up, and they will get the IP address through DHCP from their specific pool. So alright guys, now we are going to log into our internet router to do the VLAN. We're just going to say start. The router will boot up now. Today click. So this is how you will do on your real lab. If you are, real scenario, if you have a router and you want to have two DSP separate pool, this is how you will be going to create on the real lab. Alright guys, this is our internet router, as you can see. Okay, I'm going to change the name. Okay, so I'm going to say config t host int router. So that's it. Now as you can see, our LAN segment is connected to first Ethernet 0/1. So we will be working on that interface first Ethernet 0/1. Since we're going to create some sub interface on this, so we'll say no IP address. Actually, okay, then we'll say no short. Thus the interface has to be up. Alright, now we're going to create two VLAN address for sub interface, for our sub interface, which is first Ethernet 0/2. This we are creating it for our VLAN 2 segment. So we're going to say encap .1q2. That means that anything comes from VLAN 2, just it will encapsulate with VLAN 2 tag. So we're going to create our IP address on this. We'll say this is our VLAN 2 segment, so we'll say 2.2.1 255 sorry .255.255.0. Alright, so now we're going to create the other interface as well, which will be our VLAN 3 segment. So we're going to say encap .1q3 IP address. We're going to say 30.3.3.1 20/24 subnet. So alright, so our Okay, let us see what we have done. Show IP interface brief. Alright, as you can see, our main interface, it's up. There is no the IP address on assigned on and two sub interfaces. You can see. Alright, so the interface is configured. Now we're going to create two DSCP pole. Before creating a DSCP pole, we'll have to exclude IP address that we are going to use manually. So we'll just say IP DSCP exclude address. So we're going to say low IP address first. Sorry, low address and then the high address. So our low address will keep 10 IP address for our static users purpose, so that the DSCP server will not hand out these IP addresses. Alright, so it's 1 to 10. Now we'll create for the other VLAN as well, because we are going to create two pool. So this will be our VLAN 3. We'll also keep we'll have to say 3 dot. I have to delete it. Alright, so it's what we are doing actually, we are reserving some IP address so that the DSCP server will not hand out this IP address automatically. We're going to create our pool IP DSCP. Then we'll see pool. As you can see, this is the pool. This is where we're going to work. So IP DSCP pool. Then we are going to use a friendly name. So since we are using it for VLAN 2 and VLAN 3, will say VLAN 2. Alright, now it will ask me to there are actually many options. Now we're going to say which network we are going to use the IP address range. So we'll say network 20.2.2.0 / mask is 24. So we could say /24, but still we are going to use it the subnet. Okay, then we'll say default. This will be our default router. The client will get the IP address. So we'll just say our default router is our sub interface address, and we can say DNS server. You can assign many DNS server. So we'll just say 4.2.2. it's our DNS server. And as you can see, as you can question mark an instance release time, there is release. You can say release time, the client name if you wanted to, and there are many options. There's options if you want to give a IP address for, if you have IP phones, you want to give a TFTP server for your IP phones, you can assign with the options. So this is our pool for the VLAN 2. So we're going to create another pool for our VLAN 3. We'll say VLAN 3. So so we'll have to say which network it is. Our network is 30.3.3.0. Then our subnet mask is /24.0. Sorry, .0. Then we're gonna say our default router. So it's our default router will be our sub interface of those 0/1.3, our sub interface. So, and we're gonna say the DNS server. If DNS server will keep it same. If you want, you can use something else. It's absolutely up to you. So from this point, our pool and the IP address schemes are already configured. So we're gonna see on show run. Okay, and you can see this is the IP address that we excluded from DSCP server, and this is our VLAN 2 pool. This is our VLAN 3. So from our DSCP server perspective, we have done our configuration. Now we're gonna start our VLAN 2 router and VLAN 3 router. In these routers there are not actually why I have given this is the router, because I don't have PC to show you, so I'll just show you on the PC on the router that the router is receiving automatically IP address from the DHCP server. So this is our VLAN 3. We're gonna console it to them. We're gonna console it to. Alright, now both routers are going to be on VLAN 2. So I'm gonna say no for the other one as well. I'm gonna say no. Alright, so as you can see, this is our VLAN 2 router here. We're gonna name it as a VLAN 2. Oh, 2. The interface is connected to our switch segment. It's first Ethernet 0/0 for both the routers. So we're going to say on first Ethernet 0/0, we're just going to say that IP address DHCP. That means for IP addressing use DHCP, and then we'll say no short. And same thing for the other one. So remember guys, we are not assigning any IP address manually on these interfaces. You're gonna say host is, our host will be VLAN 3. So this is our host name, and we're gonna go to our first Ethernet / IP address DHCP. Sorry, DHCP. Alright, so we're gonna say no short, so that interface will be. From this point we should be seeing that our VLAN 2 router should get the IP address from VLAN 2 DHCP pool. This is our VLAN 2 router. Show IP interface brief. As you can see, this is the IP address that the interface got from VLAN 2 pool automatically, which is 11. Remember, we kept till 10 as the reserve IP address. So you see the method is DHCP. This is our VLAN 2, so it's correct. Now we are going to check VLAN 3, that which IP address it's received. Show IP interface brief. Alright, same thing. As you can see, this is our VLAN 3 router. It's got the IP address 3.11, and the method is DHCP. Now we are just going to ping across both VLAN, so that we'll make sure that our inter-VLAN routing is happening properly. So that was 11, correct? Yeah, we should be able to, yes, sure enough, we can ping. And same thing from the other one. Correct, we can ping. Alright guys, so to conclude this video, what we have done is this is our internet router. This interface is connected to our internet. This interface is connected to our local segment. We have only one interface for the local segment. So what we have done is we have created two sub interfaces, and we have created two VLAN in our LAN segment. So this is, I can say, this is our VLAN 2 PC, this is our VLAN 3 PC, and this on this router we have created a DHCP server which is leasing IP address for these two separate VLAN, and we have created two DHCP pool, so that the particular VLAN should get the IP address from the particular pool. So that's it guys, thanks for watching.